What's going on, traders? Today is actually Wednesday. Trying not to have the microphone too loud. Checking the microphone. Today is actually Wednesday. We had an epic green day. Up way too much money that would like to talk about. Up 43,500 and 358. You might wonder, like, where exactly did all this profit come from? Half of this profit came from MLGO short and ICCT short from yesterday. And today I just started shorting the pre-market high movers, and then I pretty much went from there. So today has been an epic day. Gonna show you how my P&L looks like today. ICCT was the main mover that actually made money over here. Went from 30 cents up to $5. Yesterday we were rejecting around the $5 mark. You know, 30 cents to $5. That's about the most you will see. So I tried my short. My best short was around 450. Even though it hit 5 during this day, my best short was around 450. And I ended up holding the shares overnight from the 450 short, which was right over here, a really much more longer day. So I ended up having the stock go a little bit against me a bit, but it went against me, like, I don't know, 40 cents, and then it pretty much just tanked. In the morning, I woke up to a pretty much a 14K profit because I was short 450. My first covers was around $3. I actually had, I actually could have covered it at around $2 a share. But I actually, didn't cover at $2. I covered at $3. So I pretty much covered it a little too soon. I was covering into the threes. I should have covered more into like the 250s. The stock ended up coming to $2, and then we actually bounced. My best long was at 215. So it pretty much just free falled over here from 520. We free fall to $2. I buy it at 215. I didn't really get filled at $2. I got filled at like 215, and soon enough, let's hold on. Let's see if we can maximize all these things over here. So the tickers the tickers that I was green on was ICCT. That's the biggest winner of the day. I traded it majorly short because I was short from yesterday in the 450 range. Because that to me looked like a solid short. Like, not many times the stock goes from 30 cents up to 550. I've seen multiple charts like this, and 9 out of 10 times they end up selling off. So I ended up short around 450, and soon enough I covered into the threes and actually went to 2, so I could have made $2.50 a share. That's a pattern I usually do. This is a pattern that I recommend for small accounts to come in short on day 2 and just hold it and cover it into the wash. That was my biggest gain so far. I ended up buying it at 215 and selling another at 250, so I made another 20% upside. So I made like 35% downside and then 35%, 20% upside because I was buying it at 215 and we kind of hit like 270. That was the best trade of the day. MLGO, I was also short on this. I traded this yesterday multiple times. The stock ended up hitting $34 before we went crashing. The stock went crashing. I was long 21. I almost got stopped out at 17. We eventually got the bounce on the first crash day, and then what I was thinking here is to short into VWAP as we bounced. That was the idea over here. I shorted 23.5, and then I pretty much held. I held most of the day, and pretty much after that, we actually hit 17.5. So from 23.5 down to 17.5 is around $6 profit on a $23 stock. That ended up being, a 30% gain on the downside. Next ticker is IBG. IBG. So in the morning we woke up and a lot of these tickers were failing to break pre-market highs. As you can see, I was long SBFM as we broke out of this breakout here at 360, and then I got dumped on. So a lot of these tickers failed to break pre-market highs. This is the pre-market highs of 374. So my idea after I saw this thing is to start shorting stocks that pretty much come up to the pre-market highs And pretty much just after I lost here, my idea was to short all stocks that were hitting pre-market highs and just pretty much hold. So I ended up shorting IBG. IBG. I ended up shorting IBG as soon as we got up to 180. Ended up covering around 125. That was a great short. So I shorted the pre-market highs because I saw that majority of them just wouldn't want to break pre-market highs. So I got the idea that as after I saw SBFM just not breaking pre-market highs, I started short IBG as well. So I shorted 180, covering to the wash 125. That was killer. I also shorted CNTM. Same idea here. I saw it rush into the pre-market highs, and I started shorting it. I covered around $1. I actually left a lot of money on the table on this one, because it went to pretty much $1 here. A lot of losers came in today. QSG. Actually, I had a really big win on QSG. Was my yesterday's play. I also made a lot of money on what is that ticker called? Is it IBG? No, SPWH. SPWH, this morning we broke pre-market highs and we held pre-market highs. This was 70-80% institutionally owned stock. So it was a 32 milli float. So I ended up longing with size around 180. Sold most of it, $2, 210. I actually I actually said we're gonna sell when it goes vertical. So the stock broke pre-market highs on good earnings. We held, we came back, we made a wedge. The 75% institutionally owned stock of 32 million in float. We broke out and I make a huge chunk. I buy a bunch of it at 180 and then I sell $2 and 210. That was a huge gain for me. I was pretty much in the zone today. My best fill was at 215. We have like two big losers today. QSG, this was yesterday's loser because yesterday I was short around $6, right about here over here. And then I pretty much I was shorting $6 because I didn't think we're gonna break this 52-week high, and I actually let it run against me, like an idiot. And then when it came back crashing, I covered at around I don't know, was it 650 or something? So I really messed up this whole trade. I actually let it run against me, and as soon as it came back to my entry, I pretty much bailed out of it. But insane amount of volatility, like 6 to 8 plunges to 5 comebacks to 650. Like this is the type of volatility I really saw like in the 2021 market, where you have huge range, $5 to 650, and then probably a rejection now. So sometimes these tickers, you can sit here all day and make your money back. A lot of these tickers have given range. I did have some losses. SBFM, when I bought it here, I got dumped on. In this candle over here, then I went short, then I covered, so I kind of made some back. SBFM was, this ticker had a really crappy chart. I thought we're gonna get running, but we hit 374 and rejected really hard. This is the first ticker that got me the idea to short the pre-market, to short the stocks as they hit pre-market, and most of them have failed today. Most of them, SPWH, it was the only ticker that broke pre-market and held, and then we went higher. But most of the tickers today, like IBG, we hit pre-market and we die. CNTM, we hit pre-market and we die, and that's the idea to short there. And what was the other ticker? So 3 tickers hit pre-market high and pretty much got demolished. What were the tickers? Because I'm pretty much so there were 3 tickers. 3 tickers. The most ugly loss that I took today was TCRT. TCRT was a day 2 continuation. You can see, so here we broke 275. I got overexcited because we broke 275. I was chasing in that 290, and like in a candle it completely wiped me out, and then I sell the bounce. So I actually was oversized on TCRT. Nice day 2 continuation, broke 275. We hit 315, but I got dumped on. So this is a very choppy ticker. Even though we're back at 3, this has been a pretty hard loss to swallow. Anyway, that's about it. See you all in my next video. I traded about 8 tickers with all my monitors. Today has been pretty astronomical. Most of my tickers that I actually traded were overnight shorts, like ICCT and ICCT. You see here that ICCT that I was holding 450 short from yesterday. It actually went to $2. So technically, I held all my 10,000 shares overnight to 210. I could have made $2.50, almost like a 60% profit. Unreal how this thing went. And MLGO, I mean, this ticker went down to 17.3, and my best covers were 18.5. So, lots of opportunity, definitely on the short side and definitely on the long side. Today's the long tickers were this one, and then we had a bunch of tickers that hit pre-market highs and where I was short selling, and they pretty much tanked. We had like 3 of them. Anyway, that's about it. Make sure you hit the link below. It's been quite a busy day trading 8 tickers all at the same time, and make sure you get into the private Discord. That's about it. About a 10-minute, 11-minute preview, and see you all later. Good luck out there. It's very volatile. Hope you guys are making money and sticking to your rules. Peace out, everybody.